If you're considering doing a detox to improve your fertility, then I want to tell you, you are on the right track. In this Fertility TV episode, I'm going to be giving you some of the same tips that I give to those in my Hope coaching program that we do on their fertility detox. So let's get into it now. My name is Dr. Marc Sklar, also known as the Fertility Expert. And I've been working with couples for over 19 years through my online coaching programs and right here in my clinic in San Diego. And this topic of detoxing is super important. So let's jump into it right now. All right, so we're talking about detoxing today. And before I jump into some of the more practical tips that are really going to be useful for all of you, I do want to touch on who should be detoxing? Why is this such an important topic that I'm covering it today in this Fertility TV episode? Well, the first thing I want to tell you is actually almost anybody can jumpstart their health and improve their health by doing a detox at any time of year. Even myself, in my household, actually this year, to start the year off right, my wife and I are doing a detox right now. We're actually at the tail end of the 4 weeks. We've got 1 week left of our detox and we feel great. We've lost a little bit of weight. We're sleeping well. We've got more energy. We're thinking clearly. I feel wonderful. And so it's reminded me how important this is and can be for all of you, and exactly why I have those in my coaching program do it. So if you have been through a lot of fertility treatments with a lot of hormones, you've been given a lot of hormones, that's one good reason to do a fertility detox. I also think that if it's been a year's time and you've been doing a lot of things, but your diet hasn't been quite on point and you need something to kind of kickstart that, that is also a good time to do it. If you've been drinking too much alcohol, you guys just went through the holidays, maybe you consumed a little too much alcohol than you should have, that's also a wonderful reason to do a detox. It helps us to regulate our hormones, improve our health, get our liver functioning properly. It's like cleaning the drains, or the pipes, I should say, and the drains in our bathtubs and sinks, right? It's opening them up, it's unclogging them, allowing everything to function properly. And that's exactly why I think you should be doing a detox or considering one to improve and boost your fertility. Okay, so let's jump into one of the tips. My first tip is meal prepping, but that actually kind of dovetails into cooking your own food. So first and foremost, when we are detoxing and trying to eat clean and be as healthy as we can, the first requirement to that is eating out as little as possible and eating home as much as possible, cooking fresh foods and whole foods. So that is number one, but that is not always so easy. It can be a little bit more challenging, especially if we don't plan, prepare, and meal prep, which is why tip number one is about meal prepping. This is about planning out your meals for a week or more, or maybe even less, whatever that is for you, writing out all the ingredients of the things that you need, and then shopping for that list specifically, right? Only purchasing the things on that list that are going to help you get through your detox. And then that part about meal prepping is really carving out some time in your day or your week to prepare for the week to make that easier. And so what does that look like? Well, it looks like maybe on a Sunday or a Saturday or a Friday night or Monday morning, whatever day is appropriate for all of you, you carve out a couple of hours where you're going to do a lot of chopping, a lot of dicing. You're going to be your own sous chef. You're going to be planning and preparing, and you're going to be mapping out your meal and you're going to be preparing those things. So that is what meal prepping is all about. It's preparing to make the rest of your week easier. I have to tell you, when my wife and I did this, and we don't meal prep for the week, but when we're cooking a meal for the family, we cook extra so that we have some for another day or two. The next day, lunch and dinner or whatever it might be is so much easier because then I can continue to do my work and I can just reach over, grab whatever was prepared, heat it up, and move on, right? And so that's what we need. We need things that are easy, convenient, and that we don't have to work too hard when we're on this process, so that the process can be simpler and easier for you to maintain. The other points that I want to hit on is by cooking your own food at home, you really have all the control over the quality of the food that you're consuming, which is always something that I talk about. You've heard me say it before, which is quality is king, and we need to make sure that we are really paying attention to the quality of the food that we're eating. So this allows you to go to the store, buy that good quality meat and protein, those organic vegetables, and really do what you need to do to make things easier for you. Now, I also want to mention that I know we're not always going to be able to cook at home, and we're going to be out and about on occasion and have to eat out. And so this is where you have to really have some willpower and some self-control and make the best decisions possible. When you are out, this is the time where you're getting a salad with some protein and some good quality fats on it. This is maybe where you're not getting any sandwiches, right? Those easy things like sandwiches and pastas and carb-filled dishes. This is when you're making some better choices when you're out and about to make things easier for you when you're detoxing. But the key here when you're doing that is to keep things simple. Make your choices simple and keep them as clean as possible. We are fortunate today that we have a lot of really good options around us when it comes to making these decisions, and I want to encourage you to make those better options when you need to. So some key tips when we're meal prepping is making these foods in advance. So your carbs, some of the easier carbs to plan and prepare for are going to be like preparing a big batch of quinoa for the week or for at least whatever amount of days. Maybe also a nice batch of roasted sweet potatoes so that you can pull those out and warm those up when you need it. I also always love making a good batch of just like some simple chicken breast, grilled chicken breast, and some boiled eggs. So taking eggs and making hard-boiled eggs so that you have that convenient and easy for breakfast or in a salad. I mean, the chicken's already made, so you can dice it up and use it however you like. Those are some key things that I think are really important. The harder pieces are actually pre-cooking your vegetables, I find, but if you don't overcook them, it's easier when you reheat them. And also roasting vegetables, I do find it makes it a little bit easier as well. So those are some key points in terms of meal prepping that should make your detox and eating a clean diet much easier and simpler for you. Okay, now moving on to point 2 or tip 2 is what are the things that we're going to avoid eating? What are the things we're going to cut out from our diet that aren't doing us a huge benefit and that will really only make us feel better? So the first one on the list is gluten. I know gluten-free is a big thing, yes or no, and some of us have a love-hate relationship with it. But I do think in this piece, for this short period of time, I think that is necessary, okay? So I do like for you to cut out the gluten. I would love for you to also cut out all your processed sugar, which includes chocolate, by the way. It's not its own food group. It is part of the sugar family. And caffeine. I think it's really important for us to cut out caffeine as well. I do like to limit, if not cut out dairy, and for sure cut out soy during this time as well, even if you have a little bit of it normally. And then last but not least, the biggest one, alcohol. I want you to cut out alcohol. I can pretty much guarantee all of you that when you cut out these things, you're going to feel so much better. Now, here is the caveat that I do find, which can make things difficult, and we find ourselves not feeling so great during something like this, which is we're not eating enough and we're not getting enough calories. So it does require you to increase your fat intake, your protein intake, and to eat more regularly, okay? And I think this piece is really, really important. Every time someone tells me that they don't feel well when they're detoxing, I will tell you they're either not drinking enough water or they're not eating enough calories. And that means that just because you're detoxing doesn't mean you're starving. It means you're eating clean and healthy, but it doesn't mean that you're limiting your calorie intake. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that and really, really working hard to make sure that you are eating enough throughout each day. A quick mention on foods to enjoy, which is tons of vegetables. You can't have enough. Eat plenty of green leafy vegetables in the full rainbow. Eat tons of beautiful fruit and berries. Make sure you're getting a lot of good, healthy, good quality protein, and most of all, make sure that you are eating enough fat throughout the day as well, that good quality fat like those avocados and coconut oil and nuts and seeds, eggs, that you are getting enough of those things. Those are all very, very important for you to have a successful detox and feel good throughout the detox as well. One of the other things that I think is really important for us to focus on here is, what are you drinking? Making sure that you're drinking enough water, that it's hydrating you. So if you need to add in some electrolyte powder into that, go for it. That is really good for your cells and hydrates the cells more easily. One of the things that I love during this time is having a nice tea, a warm tea, and then also a warm bone broth. So this is a time where you're going to incorporate at least 1 cup of bone broth every day. That is a huge benefit on this detox. It gives you tons of beautiful, important nutrients. It feels warm, it's nourishing to the body. That is a keeper for sure when you are doing a detox. All right. If you really want to get serious about detoxing and you want to take it up a notch, then I have some expanded detoxing tips that you might want to incorporate. And if you can incorporate all of them, then all the better. But I would encourage you to add a few of these at the very least. So first and foremost, how long should you be doing this for? I recommend a minimum of 21 days. If you can do it longer, then awesome. I'm doing mine right now personally for 4 weeks, and I plan to keep a majority of what I'm doing right now ongoing beyond this, because that's how I like to live in general. Okay, so at least 21 days. The next thing, if you want to take this detoxing piece to the next level, is what else can you clean up and detox around your house? So the first thing is all your beauty products and cleaning products around your house. Clean those up as well. You've heard me talk about it before. I won't spend a lot of time on it now, but that is definitely one that you can definitely incorporate as well. I would also say this is not something to get rid of, but to add in more of, is to make sure you go to sleep early and get plenty of rest and sleep during this time. So make sure you're getting at least 7, but if not 8 hours of sleep every night. That will also help your body rest, recover, and rejuvenate, and detox, which is why we're putting that in here as well. Some other things that you can do is detox away from all the technology in the world. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can make sure that a couple of hours before bedtime that you're not on your phone, that you're not on social media, that you're not watching the news or TV, that you are just unplugging, relaxing, and getting ready to wind down. So that's one that you can do on a daily basis. But you can also be a little bit more serious about it and take it up a notch, and that is by having a whole technology day detox where you are not on any devices. You're just get out in nature, be out and about, take a hike, be by the water, whatever it is, but you are basically unplugging. So that's taking that piece up a notch as well. A few other tips on this piece of detoxing is you can detox away from all the people you don't want to spend time with, that bring you down, give you negative energy, that don't make you feel good, that don't lift you up. Get rid of the toxic people in your world, in your life. That could be one way to do it. And if there are people around you that just don't bring you joy, stay away from them during this time as well. We want to create an energy of positivity right now. We don't want that negative energy feeding in. So anything that's bringing in that negative energy or causing more stress for you right now, whether it's people or whatever it might be in your world, then that is also something that you can take a step back from and eliminate as well. So these are all some added things that you can do during this 21+ day detox that you are about to start, or hopefully doing, or already have done. You could take it up a notch and add these few things in to expand on that and make things a little bit more clean, if you will, when you are doing this detox. I would love to and be honored to help you if you are struggling to get pregnant and you've been on your journey just too long, which for most of us is too long, right? Anytime struggling with fertility can be too long. So if you want our support to help you through this process, to help you understand why you're having the difficulties that you're having, and help you create a customized plan for you as an individual to get you the results that so many have already had in my coaching program, then I want to invite you to apply to join my Hope Fertility coaching program. All you have to do is use the link in the description below. So tell me what you liked about this video. What was it that was interesting when we're talking about detoxing? And have you ever tried a detox? And if so, what was it like? What was your experience? I want to hear from you. Comment below and let me know. If you have any questions about detoxing or your fertility needs, you can also comment below and leave those there, and I'll do the best I can to answer your questions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe. Just hit that bell to subscribe and get notified when I put out another video for all of you. And until the next video, stay fertile.